cheeseburger, and please go text your mom because I'm searching.
What the fuck?
Popeyes.
Oh, it seems like you're pro-British, are you?
No, I'm pro-Canadian.
Do you like where Canadian politics is shifting towards?
Absolutely not.
Why not? I thought conservatism is pretty good for y'all people. I feel like Canada is being more conservative these days, right? Or
No, you know, have you been following politics at all? How old are you?
no. I'm just dipping my toe into it. I'm not talking like an expert. I'm more like trying to know what's in your mind type of thing.
How
So,
old are you? Let me start with that.
I'm 23.
Okay, so we've had a liberal government in office since 2015. So since you were 12 years old, there's been liberals in charge of the country.
Are they still here?
They're the ones who are still in charge.
And why you don't like about them?
Well, they are not doing anything for Canadians, is the best way to describe it.
So what make a Canadian a Canadian?
Well, right here I have the original flag, which has the Harp of Ireland, the Fleur-de-Lis of France, the Rampart of Scotland, and the three lions of England. And that is what a Canadian is, which is why it's our coat of arms on our original flag.
What about Quebec was?
Yeah, Fleur-de-Lis of France, right there.
Okay, so this one part of for British and the other one for France?
There's a Fleur-de-Lis of France, the Harp of Ireland, the Rampart of Scotland, and the three lions of England, and of course the Union Jack. But this right here, those four things are the ethnic makeup of a Canadian.
So this is like the roots of Canadian identity, right?
That's what a Canadian is. That's what it is.
So what's the percentage of actual Canadians from the whole population of Canada right now?
I think about 60-ish, 65, something like that.
So 65 originals and the rest are immigrants? That's what you're trying to say?
Something like that, yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's pretty interesting ratio. I didn't really know it's that much. I thought the immigrants are more than the native Canadians. I didn't know the natives.
A lot of the native Canadians are just very old now, so you don't see them.
A lot of seniors are hiding. So
Exactly. They're hiding it.
I'm actually really interested in what you're trying to say, because I came to Canada for the last 2 years and I fucking love this country. I speak English. I'm from North Africa.
Okay, what part?
I'm from Algeria.
Algeria.
Like right on the beach areas. And I came to Canada alone so I can experience the world a little bit. And I was amazed how great Canada is.
It's a good country. It's a great country, it really is, and that's why we need to keep it this way, because the liberals are going to destroy everything.
The thing that I love about Canada is actually, I don't want to explain it too much. I just want to describe it in one word. I want Canada to be Canada. But sometimes I feel like I've been trapped in the same boats as these guys that come in here with their third world standards. And I don't like to get the same treatment that they deserve to get. Like, for example, if I come in here, I follow the rules. I follow the standards. I'm just a visitor. I speak English, but some people that come in here, they don't follow no standards, and they have this fucking tribal mindset, and they bring that shit in here. I don't really like that either. And I'm trying to say this problem is not only for native Canadians. It's only for people abroad that just trying to exist in here, and they find themselves in the same boats. Just like when the real black people that are educating themselves find themselves getting racism because of the thugs in the hood. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
I couldn't have said it any better myself.
no, you said a lot of better. I love the explanations of the flag. I think I might dig into this a bit more when I have free time. But I want to know what.
You bring up an interesting point here, though, where, like, you know, you're getting, as you can tell, even when you come on here, Canadians aren't really happy about what's going on. A lot of them are not happy about it. As someone like you, who you come here, you assimilate, you learn the language, right? You've done everything, and then you're still getting thrown in the same category, right? Which is not very fair. Is that kind of...
Exactly. It's kind of not fair, and it makes me hate these people even more. Like when I go to Tim Hortons, I see the standard there is kind of ass, bro. It's kind of ass. They don't change the cups. They don't clean the shits. Everything is messy, and I'm like, come on. I came in here, I'm busting my ass, I'm doing my best, and yet I'm getting racism because of motherfuckers like y'all. Especially in Quebec. Like here in Ontario, it's pretty chill. Like people are people are like used to this multiculturalism, but when you go to Quebec areas, like I'm talking about real Quebec, I'm the only one with the black hair, and everybody's giving me this weird ass look. Like I really felt what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I know like about Quebec. Yeah, I mean I'm not super. What Ontario are you in?
I'm in Ottawa. I'm in the capital city.
So you're near like Gatineau and everything. Everybody goes to Gatineau, I think, right?
I lived in there for like a little bit, but people don't speak English in there, so it was hard for me to communicate with people. So I moved in like 10 kilometers down to Ottawa, and it's pretty good. Like I work in Tim Hortons too. I got a job.
No, chill. I'm curious. Do you know French? Because you're Algerian, right? You must know French.
I do know like just a little bit, only the academic language, but like I like practice a little bit, you know. Like, I can learn it in few months if I put effort into it. I just didn't really thought about learning it because I never really needed to use it. Like I speak English throughout most of my time here in Canada, and I want to start English content. Like I prepared a list of questions to go on the street and ask people about what makes a Canadian Canadian, and is this a clear identity or it's collapsing? What people thought about this? Are they optimistic? Are they pessimistic? Do people even care? Things like that. So I'm just trying to do it, but seems like nobody is here, so fuck it. I'm like, let's just jump on this app.
Oh, that's really interesting.
I got actually my setup right here. Like this little camera holder that I'm trying to just do. Like put the phone, go to people, ask them some shit, and just put it out. I want to extract people's thoughts and put it on the internet because I'm done with the media lies. I don't fucking trust this AI bullshit on the content. Like I want to see what the thoughts of real people living in here, rather than just some statistics being monetized for engagement that's been pushed on social media. So if I give people raw thoughts from the streets, isn't that kind of bringing life back and just saving ourselves from this getting sunk into this technocratic reality when even feelings are being optimized and capitalism is taking over? What Karl Marx has been warning us about is happening right here, bro. Even the tiniest bit of attention is treated as a commodity. Your emotions is a commodity. Every single thing is business now. Let's bring some real life back, kind of thing. Or maybe I'm being too philosophical, bro. I don't know.
I love everything you just said there, Adi. You're the type of immigrant that Canadians want to have here, okay? I'm going to just tell you that you said you're willing to learn the language, you assimilate, you integrate. You're so invested now that you've actually prepared a questionnaire to go ask it. I respect this a lot. It's really good. It's really cool.
Well, I appreciate that. To be honest, Canada did a lot for me as well. Because when I'm from, like, you gotta work for a year to make what you can make here in 1 week. When I'm from, you cannot have access to such education. You can't have access to such developed economy. So I really appreciate the opportunities I was given. I wish people can appreciate that even more. Like, most people want to immigrate because it's economy reason, it's education, it's probably self-respect, it's the ability to speak your mind without being judged. Like, Canada gave me the freedom that I can come in here and actually speak my mind with people that have the same mindset as me. And I can even speak it on the internet and no one cares. You can even talk shit about the government and no one cares. You still can live, you still can get a job. It's just freedom of speech. This is actually a fucking miracle in itself. Because if you go to other parts of the world, it's much different. And you can never hear what's happening in there because even their state media is controlled. You can only get it from individuals that live in there and share their experiences. The same thing that I'm doing right here.
Yeah. Okay, you're gonna have to go learn about some of the things that's gonna pass in Canada because we don't have freedom of speech. By the way, that's not true.
Really?
We don't have that. No.
So like you cannot like speak your mind. Like, can I get penalties for saying the wrong things, for example?
Yeah, you can get thrown in prison.
For what? Like, what kind of thing? Like, other than the hate speech or promoting ISIS or...
I'm gonna give you some homework to do, okay?
Yeah, I'll keep that on the notes. I have my iPad right here, so go ahead, bro.
You're gonna look at this.
Or you can type it in here, I can screenshot it. That's probably better.
So, when you Second, if you can screenshot that, you should go have a look at those two bills that are going to be passing in Canada. These are very scary. These are very, very scary.
Are they like recent bills or they've been there for a time?
One of them is being proposed right now, and the other one passed. So Bill C9 is going to pass, and then Bill C22 is probably going to pass too. So we'll give you a quick summary of what it is. Basically, Bill C9 is about like basically hate speech and combating hate speech and stuff like that. And C22 is like about data. And it was, like I said, just check those two out when you get a second because it's really interesting. If you're into like, you know, what's happening in Canada and the politics here, and you're curious, like you should check those two out because it's very interesting.
No, I'll check it out. I'll check what happened from 2015 and how liberal policies change everything up. Just give me an example of what kind of liberal policies that you don't like about what they did to Canada so far.
Okay, well, the main one is immigration is a big problem, and I guarantee you, if you looked at the... So, hold on, let me explain something to you, okay? You brought up something earlier that people like to come here because of the economy, right? They like Canada for the economic reason, right? Remember you mentioned
Yeah, the Western world dream, basically, the thing they see on TV. You come in here, you just build future, get a car, travel the world type of thing, and it's much easier to do it from this position.
So this is the thing. One of the things that gets left out of that equation is that, yeah, but the Canadians, we're people. This is our home. This is our home, right? So that gets left out. It's like, well, so now we're seeing our country transform, and we're going, this is not what we voted for. Like, what the fuck's going on here? So...
Is this actually, like, very deep? Like, do people feel, like, a big way about this? Like, I'm talking about real Canadians like you. Is this, like, pretty concerning?
We're really not happy about it, man. We're not, because, like my family can't get medical care for, you know, we don't have money for medical. If you've been to a hospital recently, it's a disaster. 12-hour wait for a serious injury, like, it's crazy. And then you look at how much money we're spending on the entire world, and you go, what the fuck are we doing? It's insane. You know, and you got to understand, too, like, my family's been here for fucking 400 years. My ancestors built the entire country, right?
So you kind of feel like your home is just being infiltrated by all these people that are not kind of like they have a cultural barrier, and you feel like a stranger is just coming to your own home, and now it's become a big system, and everybody's multiculturalism, and you feel like a guest in a country that you thought is your warm home, right?
Well, exactly, and it's also like my family also fought in World War I and World War II, and they thought they were fighting for the Canadian people and the future of our home, right? For us.
I've had actually someone from Tim Hortons tell me the same thing, like told me like as Canadians we're sick of that, but I appreciate you, because I had the same talk about him. I told him about this, me being stuck in the same boat and shit like this, and he was like very understanding, and like me hearing this from you right now, I kind of like realized like shit, like people actually feel a lot about this, like they're pretty concerned. It's not like, yeah, you see it on the media, you feel frustrated and you move on with your day. Like this thing is kicking, right?
It's been a big problem, and again, as I'm not a hateful person, like I'm not a disrespectful person, but like as an Algerian, I'm telling you, if Algeria was dealing with the same problem that we're dealing with, you guys would have the same idea. You guys would think the same way. You go.
Well, Algeria is actually it dealt with that in the past because it revolutionized against the French Empire, and it escalated into a civil war. We have also problems with terrorism. I already understand like what do you feel when you have your own home, you have your people, your government, and suddenly there's foreigners from abroad coming in here, and you find yourself in the same system as them, and you cannot undo it or go back in time. And even if you want to do something about it democratically, you get outnumbered because the numbers are pretty high. And it's kind of like pretty late to fix it.
It's extreme, but I mean, the thing is...
So what people are doing to fix it, like people like you or people that are feeling this type of way, like what are they doing to fix it specifically?
Well, a lot of people are, you know, they're trying their best to get the conservative government in office, but it's just, there's so many liberals in Canada that it's impossible, right? So, like, guys like me, I have more... When you're from Algeria, you probably have, like, conservative values to some degree, too, right?
I do, yeah, of course.
Yeah,
like, liberalism, I don't believe in too much government's control. Like, there must be some culture, there must be... You have to preserve the cultural identity. You have to preserve... like kind of like your own tribe thing. Like as humans, we was hunting and gathering. We grew up in tribes. This is like our nature. So if you allow too much control, too much government, it's gonna kill that part, and you're not even gonna feel like this is Canada. You're not gonna feel like this is a human life. You're just like a hamster in a big system type of thing. So conservatism kind of saves life, saves soul a little bit.
Yeah, and like I said, like this is the problem that's happened with Canada and the immigration policies now. Like the entire world just sees Canada and they go like, "Oh, I can make more money there," and it's like, yeah, I understand that. I don't blame people for wanting to come here. I don't blame people for wanting to come here. I really don't.
Yeah,
Like,
but
where
if
else
it
do
happens, I understand that. I understand how it feels from the inside.
yeah, I mean, if you're telling me there's similar things happening in Algeria, then you know, it's like, I don't know, like it's like this is not good. And my concern too is that like we are going to start having terrorism and stuff like that. That's what I'm concerned about because like it's going to start to happen because of like the Iran thing or whatever, like stuff like that's going to cause this to start happening.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's. I hope it's not. I hope there's no more divisions that happen in here. But like for now, what's the solution that you think it's the more likely? Like other than just empowering the Conservative Party and trying to just outnumber the Liberals, what else you can do about this to restore Canada back?
I mean, stop spending money on other countries. Like, for example, Canada has given Ukraine almost $26 billion.
26 billion? What the fuck?
Since the beginning
Holy.
of the 4 years, $26 billion. So, like,
Oh my
that could be used
gosh.
here for, like, hospitals or roads. So, you've been to Quebec. How are the roads in Quebec? They're fucking horrible, right? So, I mean, it's like, it would be nice if we use this money here instead of Ukraine. And
It's just everybody have nationalism in him. Like, yeah, I care about the world, but I care about my country first. And then once I'm fed, then I can focus on feeding other people on the streets. I cannot feed the homeless and I'm hungry. That's the thing. I already understand that. But $26 billion, that's actually a fuck ton of money because the population is not that high. So it's gonna be costly for people living, mostly for people that have high income because they're going to get the most tax percentage.
I like you. You totally understand exactly what I'm getting at.
No,
You
I
totally
appreciate
understand.
that, but actually, it took me a lot to, because I kind of grew up isolated. I was not really belonging too much when I'm from. Like I was just looking at the world from my phone window, and finally, a miracle happened when I found myself here in Canada. I lived by myself in here. I kind of have to left my family, left everything there, and just integrating this whole world. And
Wow, that's crazy.
it's to be honest, it's pretty easy because Canada took care of me pretty well. That's why I'm appreciative, bro. Like it was
Yeah,
not
no,
unsafe. It was like very, everything is clear. The rules are clear. Streets are safe. Information is available. Everything is online. The credits, loans are accessible to almost everybody. So like there's a lot of help in here. Like the system is very helpful. You're not gonna have no difficulties, no bureaucracy, no criminal activities on the streets. So for somebody that came in here, it's Canada kind of have welcome arms to assimilate.
I
But
like you.
yeah,
You're smart, man. You're smart.
I appreciate it. What's your name, bro? I think I'm gonna remember you.
My name's Ken. Yeah, you'll remember. If you see me on here, I'm always in this. I have the flags. You'll know.
Do you do any shit on the internet or you just like talk?
What do you mean?
Like, do you do contents or like you just talk to people only?
No, I just talk to people. I'm drinking wine. I'm just on here talking.
Just chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you consider like doing something online? Maybe this is your role to fix it. I mean,
I don't know.
if everybody plays his role, that's how the problems is fixed, right? Like,
You're right.
even if it doesn't fix you playing your role, is going to fulfill you enough. So at least you're gonna be in peace. At least I'm trying. Even things are fucked up, I'm feel comfortable because at least I'm playing my role throughout all of this. Even if it doesn't happen, at least I tried. But for you to not try and see all of this, it's kind of like spiritually torturing. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, you're right. That's a
I mean,
great way to
you're
put it,
doing at least now. You're just talking to people about it. You got the flag, you got the setup. So at least like there is a message that you're trying to share, which I can see it, bro. I can see it.
I mean, I normally don't even really. It depends. I talk about anything on here, but this just happened to come up with you, so I was happy to talk about it. But yeah, I mean,
But do people actually ask you about these kind of questions, or everybody's just gooning this shit? Like, how do you experience on this app?
Well, I mean, bro, I just come on here and have random conversations. I talk about sports, UFC, politics, whatever's going on. I'm just chilling. So
Yeah, but that was a pretty interesting talk, bro. I really appreciate you sharing whatever you got to share, and
Well, I appreciate you actually trying to view things from the lens of from like our lens. You know what I'm saying? Trying to see things from our point of
yeah,
view.
just like two humans of the 21st century that are just brought up in life, and suddenly we have all this information, we have access to history. We kind of like belong to the whole universe instead of belonging to a certain tribe, since we have a unified language and a unified way of thinking, and we're just communicating our minds about what's happening out there. And yeah, I think the solution is just for everybody to play his role, I guess, because I have some things I want to say, and I want to take them on the internet a bit. That's why I thought about asking people on the street about this and see what's up.
You should. That's a great idea. I encourage you to do that. And honestly, you're kind of a patriot for doing that. That's awesome. That's really, really cool.
You're gonna see me soon, bro. I'll remember your name. What's your name again? I'm so fucking bad with this. Sorry. I'm so bad with names.
Alright, my name's Ken.
Ken. Alright, I'll remember this now. Alright, Ken. It's Ayman.
Hyman?
Ayman, yeah.
Hyman.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Ken, bro.